everyone. Welcome to our children's story. So I've got a question. So what would it look like if you have a really close friend that you never communicate with? You never talk, you never call, you never email, you never text, nothing. You don't just communicate with the person. Well, the friendship wouldn't work. There will be no friendship without communication. Well, that is what happens when we never pray. Prayer is when we communicate with God. Prayer is how we communicate with God. And so God wants us to talk to him in every circumstances, to pray. And prayer is how we talk to God. And the Bible tells us to pray in every season, in every circumstances. Even when we're happy, we can actually pray prayers of praise and thanksgiving to God, to tell God how happy we are and how awesome God is. And even when we're confused, we're also encouraged to pray, to ask God for directions, to ask God for wisdom, to ask God for what to do. God wants to hear our prayers. And even when we're sad, God wants us to pray when we're sad, to tell him what our trouble is and what is in our hearts. God always wants to listen to us. And we have so many stories in the Bible that tells us of people, about people in different circumstances that prayed to God. And in our Bible story today, we learn about a woman who was really, really sad and she prayed to God. So our Bible story is about a woman, Hannah. Now, Hannah was very, very, very sad because she had been married for a while and Hannah had no child. She had no baby. And so she was really, really sad that she cried. And the other women in Hannah's family laughed at Hannah. So that made Hannah even more upset. The other women who had other children laughed and made fun of Hannah. So Hannah was very, very, very upset. And did you know what Hannah did? She went to the house of God, or the church as we call it today, and she prayed. She poured out her heart to God. She told God how sad and how upset she was. And she asked God to give her a baby. And she told God, if you give me a baby, I will give him back to you. So she really prayed, and she prayed so hard that the priest, who was at the temple sitting by the door, saw her, and he thought she was either intoxicated or she was crazy or something. And so he went to meet her and asked her what was wrong. And she told him how upset she was and she's praying to God for a baby. And he blessed her. He told her, go in peace. God has heard your prayer. That was what the priest said to Hannah. And do you know what? A while later, Hannah had her baby. She and her husband welcomed a baby, and they named him Samuel. And just as Hannah promised God, she gave Samuel back to God. Samuel served in the temple and served in the house of God, and he did so many wonderful things for God. So that is an example of communicating with God. And there's so many other lovely examples like that in the Bible. So God wants us to talk to him when we're sad, just like Hannah, when we're confused and we don't know what decision to make or what to do. And also when we're happy as well, we can tell God how happy we're and sing praises to him. And most importantly, also, God also wants us to pray for others, to intercede for others, to encourage them, to show them love and care when they are also going through different circumstances, just like we saw Samuel do for Hannah. Now, we saw Eli, the priest Eli, do for Hannah. Now, Eli saw that Hannah was very upset, and he blessed her. This is unlike the other woman who laughed at Hannah. So rather than laughing or mocking those who were in pain or crying, God wants us to encourage them. So that is another beautiful kind of prayer, interceding and encouraging others. And this reminds me of one of my favorite verses in the Bible, in Hebrews 10, verses 24. And it says, let us think about each other and let us help each other to show love and to do good deeds. And let us encourage each other. And that is my prayer for us today. God bless you.